It's been a minute since I've journaled with you in my Dan Eldon altered book journal that I've been working on, and I have the August collage pack that my top tier patrons get, and I thought, and it's just a small little selection of goodies, and I thought that maybe it would be fun to, both for them and for you, to just, and a fun challenge for me to just see what I could do with these. Now, they received one of these stencils, either this set or this set, so I'm not sure which I'll use in here, but I'll try to use one of those as well as I'm working, and otherwise just kind of have a little playtime using this little set of goodies. And sometimes I really like having a small selection to work from. It's just like a little more efficient, and so I'll just see what I can do with these. So I kind of make my choices based on color. I go with the color scheme of that's already on the page existing, or that, you know, like I've already started developing on the page. So that's the main thing I'm looking for, is kind of what matches and what could use some extra embellishing. And I had already put this bit of art on here that's by Erin Ware, and so those that painted rice paper just matched really well, I thought. So now I had this vintage photo, or a copy of a vintage photo, and I was hunting around for a place for it. In the meantime, I'm also looking for other things. But I decide on this page to the left because of the color. The color matches kind of the color of the photo. And I thought it would be really cool to take my X-Acto knife and cut out the shape of the person out of the photo, and use both the positive and negative spaces on this page. So I like how those bright colors show through, you know, where I cut out. And then I'm using another scrap of that painted rice paper to mount the image of the woman, the vintage woman, on. So I am using glue stick primarily to glue these on. I often pull out my matte gel medium when I'm working in this book, but I'm trying to work quickly and intuitively and not spend a lot of time deliberating or, you know, taking my time with this. I'm just trying to get things down. And so the glue stick is really handy for that when I'm just kind of wanting to work quickly. Every month my collage pack has some washi tape in it too, like whatever new washi tapes I've gotten, I share with my patrons as well. And so you see me also using some washi tape here and there. This is the postcard, and also in this collage pack I have included the postcard and the stickers that my sticker club level gets. And so I've included that in this too, and I'm trying to just use up everything. So that's kind of the challenge that I set for myself, was to use all of the parts included. So that's my goal. I love the blues on this page, and the colors just really tie in nicely with several of my little bits. I have some textured pattern papers printed on Tomoe River paper, which is really nice and thin and wonderful for collaging, and so I've included those papers on there, which I think are beautiful. One's from actually the side of a ship, and just the wear pattern on the ship was beautiful, and the other is just some lichen covered rocks, and also made beautiful, and the colors kind of tie in together. I had found this stamp at a thrift store and stamped it onto the little answer box on some flashcards, some vintage flashcards I had. So I included it on the page. I thought it tied in with that woman sitting there with her book, and I could just imagine her having a cup of tea also. So I'm bringing some of those colors and textures into the facing page as well. Most of the time I like the whole spread to work together. Moving on, have this page, I've already kind of completed the right side except for maybe doing some writing. So that's a possibility for that blue sheet. Now I'm just going on, and this was already stuck in there, so there's like some odds and ends that I'm dealing with that I had stuck on just put in between some pages to go on there that I hadn't really stuck in yet. For example, this is a little note card I found in a book that I got from a thrift store, and so I thought that was kind of fun to include, so I mounted it on one of those wallpaper pieces that was in my collage pack, as well as this little T tag that I had saved. This was the pins were a sticker for the month of August, and so I keep trying to find a place for it. I do eventually find a place, but it was a little bit of a challenge. This is a chocolate bar wrapper that I'd saved. Food packaging is something I really enjoy and use a lot, so I found a place for it. And this is the postcard that also came with that the sticker club also gets a postcard, so I found this place to mount it, and I'll probably do more with that later, but for now it found a home. Happened to be just the right size. This New York page I keep coming back to from time to time and just adding a little bit more, and I have my sticker club also got the sheet of junk food stickers, so I thought the pizza and hot dog make me think of New York City, and so I put those in there. I did cut off the white trim around the stickers to use in this way. This is another piece that I'd already done earlier. It's a collage that I'd made where I filled in a woman's body with just other body parts, kind of an interesting look. And I'm just going to make a tip-in out of this, as well as this guy on the cliff kind of looking on. I thought was kind of an interesting thing. I'll probably go back and touch up with some paint later because I want to kind of cover up some of those letters and stuff. But for now, at least it's in there and it's secured. So, I work on this book in little bits here and there. This is very typical of how I work. I just go through adding and perfecting, and some of the pages are getting close to done and others are still very much in progress, and I just keep working my way through the book, tweaking and finding well, just playing, really. I'm just playing. I have one last scrap of that painted rice paper, and so I am kind of following the theme of what was already on this. I had stuck in this scrap that I cut a plant out of, so I'm kind of following that theme and cutting out some leaves and putting both the positive and negative spaces in again. I kind of like that thought of the positives and the negatives, so I'm often playing with that somehow. I couldn't resist putting this little pink popsicle in that little pink box. I don't know if it'll stay or not, but for now it works. I also found a place for the peanuts on this page. That's kind of a interesting collage of things, and so I thought the peanuts fit on there as well. Doing the same thing with the ice cream cone. I am cutting off the white border on most of these that I'm placing in there, just so that it ties in more with the page. I don't necessarily want it to be the thing that's jumping out. So just continuing on. I'm getting down to the last bits here. I go ahead and decide, yes, this is the place for this green painted piece of tissue paper to go. I had just these last 3 stickers on the sticker sheet, and then I just decided to use the whole sticker sheet thing. I was going to just use the junk food, but I decided to use the whole thing on there. Again, positive and negative spaces fascinate me. I'm using up some more of the washi tape on this page. One of the washi tapes kind of had a junk food theme as well. I also love this little honeybee washi tape, super cute. And this is a bicycle gear one that was not in the collage pack, but I just fit in with the little bicycle there. I decide on a page to stick this random piece down. I mean, one thing is just getting everything stuck down from time to time so that I don't just have all these loose pieces that want to fall out of the book. So I got it secured in place on a selected page. And now I'm just flipping back through, and yes, this is where I want to put this ruled paper. This would be a great place for some journaling. I think the blue kind of helps tie the left and right sides of this spread together so that it's a little more unified than it was. So I glue it down. I'm using an orange pencil to kind of make a border for it so it kind of ties in better with the background. I also have a little scrap of that orange candy bar wrapper left, and so I am finding places for it to bring that orange from the left side onto the right side. So always looking for some places to unify. I picked 3 places for the little wrapper bits to go. And then I also add some of that honeybee washi tape to the trees, and then I carry that over also onto the left side as little washi, like holding the paper on. I also go back with a pink pencil and make a border on my vintage photo background, and I do some, they don't really show up very well on the camera, but do a little bit of doodling over at the side of the page. There's kind of a black border down the side. Eventually, I think I will tie the orange and pink over onto the right side too, so that's a more finished spread. And then I find a place for those pins sticker. And I think this is the last bit I have left, really, is the card that the washi tape, it's a little vintage playing game card. And it's what the washi tape was wrapped around in the collage pack, and I found a place to include it on this kind of, I put it on the junk food page. And then I still have these little scraps of blue paper, and I remembered that I need to use the stencil still, so I just used the stencil. I'm not getting out my paints this session. I probably will another time. But now I'm just gluing bits in. So I used the stencil to cut out some of the shapes on there. So there's like a little banner. The speech bubble I just cut by hand. And then there's another little shape. I'm not sure what, I guess it's a banner also, a different kind of banner. And I cut out that shape to put on the page as well. So 3 little separate images and out of that blue paper to go on here. To tie it in with the green, I used a green colored pencil to do some outlining. So I feel pretty good about what I've done here. I'm just adding a little bit of touches. I'm using a Stabilo pencil to kind of define that image. This is a piece of my artwork that I did a print of, some collage artwork that I did a print of. So this is actually a print of that artwork. So that's it for this time. I can't wait to get back to working this again. I'll see you next time.